Okay, so good morning everybody and welcome to the fourth round on the EnduroGP 2023. We are in Sweden and we're going to give you some words about this race. First of all, we have two time checks with service on the same side, so the paddock will not going to serve for anything besides going out in the morning and come in the end of the day. You will leave today, this afternoon, you will leave for the super test. The super test is the same in the same place of the extreme. It will start at 6 p.m. so 18 hours with the open class that will do also the super test. The order is going to be open, woman, youth, junior, GP by the reverse order of the championship as normal. We will have two riders for each 2 minutes to the super test. One thing that is different is that the riders will not going to start side by side. They will start in the opposite way. Face by face. It looks like the adjust word. We will start on the podium and we will finish on the podium. So the last TC is on the podium also. We will have, as normal, 1 hour to do everything. So start, make a round till the super test, make the super test, come from the other side, make your service, and then park fermé. Of course, that you can enter earlier on that time check. And finally, you have to follow the orange signalization. In fact, for all the weekend, it's going to be only one line, only one signalization, which is going to be the orange one, okay? Pay attention on the entrance of the paddock. You should follow each line of the paddock A, especially, and then you will all come in the road that is aside of the park fermé and enter on the time check. Okay, so nobody should go on the opposite direction. For tomorrow and for Sunday, we will start at 9 o'clock. The order is going to be GP, Junior, Youth, Open, Woman, and then the Open class by the standings. Pay attention now because it's a little bit different from the scheme that we are used to. So riders will start, will go directly to the extreme. Then from the extreme, you will join the time check, the double time check. When you arrive there, you will make the time check, service time check, make Enduro Test 1, Enduro Test 2, and you come again to the opposite, to the other time check. You start from that one, you make the cross test, and you arrive again on the same point. So, which means that you have two loops. The first loop will have two enduro tests. The second loop will have the cross test. Okay. We will do these two loops 3 times, which means that we will have 6 special tests on the loops. Then, in the end, you will come up. You will make another extreme pre-finish paddock. Okay. So, which means that we will have 11 special tests for GP, for juniors, and for the youth riders, and women on Saturday. Okay? Pay attention to this. Something special also is that on the third lap, just before, on the time check, just before the pre-finish, you can change your tires. So you will not going to have any extra time, but you can change the tires on the time check number 7, even if after the pre-finish you still have the 50 minutes of the service and you can do whatever you want on that service here in the paddock.
It's clear that you can change the tire only once.
Yes,
not in both.
Yes, you can only change it, or you change it on the time check number 7, or you change it after the pre-finish. Okay,
it's a special allowance that we give for the guys that have no both assistants ready. So for the who has no assistance here, they can change the tires there. So the followers on the mechanic must not be fast to come here and maybe speeding on the road.
That's the difference. You will make a special test. So you will make the last extreme with new tires if you want. So it's up to you. We will have 2 riders each minute with a gap of 5 minutes. Now pay attention about the open class and the woman on the second day. The open class, as usual, make only 2 laps, and they will not going to start in the morning. They will rejoin the other riders only at the beginning of the second lap for them. which means that they will go directly from the Parc Fermé to the time check. They don't make the first extreme, and then they will rejoin the race, make the 2 complete laps, come up, make the extreme, so they only have 1 extreme, that's the question, pre-finish and paddock. Okay, so pay attention to this, because this is for the class open on Friday. Okay, on Saturday they will rejoin also the race on the second on the beginning of the second lap, no first extreme, and then they will come to the paddock, which means that they will have total 7 special tests. Okay, the open will make only 7 specials. Concerning the ladies, as I said, on Friday they will do the race just like the men, but with 11 special tests. But on Saturday they will also rejoin the race on the second lap, so they will miss the first extreme, and then in the end, after the 2 laps on the track, they will come up, they will make the extreme, and they will enter on the paddock to the finish. I think, please be careful, and it's not so difficult, but it's something different. So please think about this. The pre-finish is going to be there on the forest, on the up, just before the paddock B. The ones from paddock B should go to their tent and come, and they will drive in both ways. Sorry, so be careful in the paddock B. In the paddock A, the riders will come. They will get a line, a parallel line, and they will all go out on this road just aside of the Parc Fermé. This is the circulation on the paddock, so just be careful, pay attention, because it's really easy, because you arrive from the forest. It's really easy to get your line. Okay, we don't want anybody to drive in the opposite direction. You don't need it. Special attention, please, on Friday. On Friday we will leave at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, children will be entering in this school over here. It's just 300 meters from the paddock, and major precaution, because it's 30 kilometers per hour. You have there a monitor that gives you your speed. If we have any problems in the morning with the children, for sure we will have problems in the race afterwards. So please behave as normal. You are in Sweden, remember, we are in Sweden. So just pay attention when you just go out from the paddock. In 300 meters, 400 meters, you will get to school. You have to pass less than 30 kilometers per hour. That's essential for us, for the race, and for our image, of course. I will pass the word to Mauricio. I hope that you will have a good race. Thank you very much.
So let's talk about the section times and some remarking. So after the start, you go immediately to the extreme test. So it's 100 meters, you don't need any time. The extreme, I rode it in 2 minutes and a half. And from the extreme test to the time check 1, I spent 12 minutes. It means that it's a total of 18 minutes to arrive there. We give you 28 minutes. I think that you have plenty of time to go slowly on the road. Pay attention to the school kids that are entering exactly at the time that the race starts. So respect the speed limit, that you will arrive there plenty of time. It's almost all asphalt except for the last 500 meters that there is a small trail, but it's very easy, so you will arrive there with plenty of time. After the time check 1, immediately you will enter in the enduro test. The first enduro test is the just one enduro test. I rode it in 10 minutes and 30. And after the enduro test, you will go to the second enduro test, the Cross Pro enduro test. It's 9.5 kilometers to arrive there. I spent 17 minutes to join the second enduro test. I ride it also in 10 minutes and a half. And after the enduro test, you will arrive to the time check 2 in 15 minutes. I suppose for this time check a service time about 8-10 minutes. again, from the time check, you will go to the cross test in 15 minutes. I ride the cross test in 9 minutes and a half. And from the cross test to the time check, again in the same place obviously, is 28 minutes. Also for this time check I preview at least 8-10 minutes. Is all off-road, the external loops are all off-road, are all marked with the orange arrows, so pay attention. There is never crossing the two loops, but pay attention to follow the good signs, and that is not common as usual, so they are orange, except for the wrong way, that is with the red with the X.
And the stop.
And the stop. So when you arrive at the time checks number 7, so when you make 3 complete laps outside there, you will back here to the paddock.
That's the place where you can change the tires if you want.
In the time check 7, yes. And you will make the same way to come back. I spend 11 minutes. You will ride the extreme test. And for total time, we give you 25 minutes, sorry. So you will have also here plenty of time to go slowly, make the extreme, and rest a bit before the pre-finish. Nothing to say more. Have a good race, and I hope you will respect the speed limit in the asphalt.